right, hello and welcome to the Telecaster Revolution. My name is Cole Aljo. We got some cool things going on here with some custom modified bodies on Telecasters. And right now we're not doing the necks. The supply of necks is pretty challenging right now. We're just going to stick with the body customizations. What you can see just on the surface is pretty cool. What you've got is a left-handed bridge on a right-handed guitar, which makes the angle of the bridge pickup be this direction rather than that direction. And what you get is a clearer, crisper sound out of your low strings and a way less spiky, harsh sound out of your high strings. I think it makes the Telecaster way more usable in that regard, just alone. And then an open cover on the neck pickup, which gives it a much more airy, clearer sound. It doesn't sound like this because it doesn't have a cover on it. And what that does is it just really gives a nice balance between the two pickups. If you've ever thought, and I know I did, that the harshness of the bridge pickup and the mutedness of the neck pickup just seemed silly to put those on the same guitar. So these alterations really make those to work together much better. What we also have going on is you can see that the control plate has been reversed. So your volume is there right under your hand, so while you're playing, and if you're a volume knob player, it's really brilliant to be able to get to all these different ranges of sounds by just turning the volume knob there. And then the tone knob becomes a very usable thing, and we'll get into that in a second. But what we also have here is a four-way switch, which is on the back side. And you can see that the slot is angled. And what that does is that, with these chicken head, rooster head knobs, you can keep singing and playing. This is the very reason why I did this, is because in my band I had to continue to sing and play and still get to all of the different parts of the song. I play all the guitar parts, I sing all the vocals. And I need to be able to access the intro riff, and then the rhythms while I'm singing, and then another lick in between, and then play the lead guitar part, and then get back to the rhythms. And I had to do it all while staying on the microphone, and really didn't have much ability to, kick pedals on or off, or change to a different patch, or all the things that we tend to do when we're trying to stay on the microphone and keep singing and playing and engage the audience and stuff. And so anyway, having these rooster head knobs gives me a tactile way of getting to the different gain ranges, and I if I'm hearing something and it's a little too it's driving the amp a little too hard, I dial it back a little bit. If I need a little more hair on it, I can turn up the volume knob. And then and what happens is so this also has a four-way switch. And so the first position is the traditional bridge pickup, and sounds like that. And then position 2 is the traditional middle position. Sounds like that. And as we know, wherever you play along the strings changes the brightness or roundness, darkness too of the strings, and so there's tonal ranges happening there too. The position 3 is the 2 in series, which is that kind of a humbucker sound. Is the very reason why you want to turn up the treble on your amp in order to get that series position to sound a little more usable. It just gets to sounding a little dark. And so if you turn up the treble on your amp, then you're going to want to turn down the tone knob on most of the other positions, depending on what you're doing. And so that's why that comes in really handy at that point, why the tone knob becomes a very usable thing. And then in the neck position, so that's that. So also internally is a variable treble bleed circuit. I don't know, it's not a treble bleed circuit that passes all of the high frequencies. I think it's extremely usable to roll off the volume and get some of your high frequencies to come down. Because as you're rolling down the volume, you're also rolling off some of that girth that you have. Some of those low frequencies in there as well. And the more you turn it down, if you wanted to go up higher, you start getting into, actually playing. Stuff. So, and it just is like that for every position. Rhythms, riffs, leads, arpeggios, everything in between. There's all those different tonal ranges you can get to between the knob and the position of the switch. So it's really such a usable musical instrument. The way it's rigged up. And Joe Bonamassa even has a video that he put out a long time ago where he demonstrates, taking a Les Paul through a really great amp, and I don't remember what amp it is, but I'll post the link to it. I'll track it down and post a link to it on this video. And he just demonstrates just what an amazing palette of sounds you can get just by using the pickup switch and the knobs on the guitar. I do think that you make a sound guy's job really difficult. And Ted Nugent actually was backstage and he was demonstrating his rigging. He's got like 3 pedals on his board and was demonstrating the wide range. And the first thing I thought of was what a nightmare of a night the sound guy's gonna have, because all those different tonal ranges, the sounds were great, but the volumes were all over the place. And he was trying to use all of those for those different gain ranges for leads and riffs and arpeggios and stuff too. It wasn't just all rhythm stuff. So I do have a Pettyjohn Crush on the very back end of the signal. It's on it's like the last pedal, coming out of the effects end, and it just kind of takes the highest peaks off and just kind of reins everything in. But it's not doing a lot. I've got it set to almost nothing. I'll show you the settings on that. And then really the overdrive pedal is the Strymon Compadre on the dirty boost side, and it's not even really that dirty and not pushing that hard. So yeah. So that's the crux of what's going on here. You can also see that we've got a couple stainless steel saddle pieces for the low strings to kind of brighten and tighten those up, and a brass piece on the top 2 to mellow those out. That makes a huge difference. One really cool feature that a lot of people are really digging too is this. So these are also pure tone jacks, which have double the connections. It's a subtle difference, but it makes a huge difference. And then this jack plate, that basically is screwed in, so you won't have that issue of the jack plate failing on you. So that's basically the gist of what this guitar is capable of. Down the road, we will be, once necks are more available, we'll be doing some really cool customization things on the necks to make them very playable. That's down the road a little ways once supplies kind of come back. Right now, this is a Warmoth neck, which is a compound radius, 1 11/16 inch nut width. and with a Nirvana compensated nut.